Hello, hello, hello. It is Adrienne, Capricorntigress of Astrology, alookinside.com. And I'm coming to do something for this full moon in, or new moon in Taurus. I don't have a lot of energy, and I'm not going to lie. I could come here and try to put on some big flashy show and, do all the stuff I usually try to do, but I don't even want to be seen right now. So I'm using my AI girls. These are all AI versions of me, which they're all beautiful. They make me look beautiful. So enjoy as I do these readings. Or whatever it is I do. I'm actually just going to be talking about some of the basics that you can expect for a Taurus new moon, depending on your sun sign. And of course, when you hear what I'm saying, that in your own horoscope, if you hear about a house and you know that your houses are in a different display in your own chart, then do listen to whatever house that corresponds with what your own actual horoscope has, because I'm going to be talking a lot about the houses, because where this aspect falls and what house it falls in is going to be a primary focal point of how it's going to affect you. And so, to give you an example of what I mean, I know that when I get to Capricorn, I'm going to tell Capricorns that it's going to happen in their fifth house. And for most Capricorns, this is definitely happening in your solar fifth house, or the natural fifth house of Capricorn, which is Taurus. But I know for myself personally, I've got Aquarius intercepted in the first house, which places my Taurus in my fourth house. And so I'll be listening also to whatever I tell Aquarius, because that's also going to affect me, because I'm going to be talking about what this Taurus new moon in the fourth house, what that's going to be like. And it's going to affect someone like me in the fourth house. Now, the coloring of the fifth house, because that's the natural fifth house for Capricorn, it might still influence that as well. So I'll listen to both. And that's the way I want you to listen to these readings. Also, this could just be the difference between where your rising sign is and where your sun sign is. Also, if you know your moon sign and you want to listen to what I tell your moon sign, go ahead and do that as well. Okay, so I hope I got you prepared and ready for what we're about to do. And with that, we're going to start with the very first sign that get to reading this Taurus new moon, which is happening on the 25th of April, or excuse me, 27th of April. And it's going to be affecting quite a number of people. I believe it's happening, if I'm not mistaken, at 7 degrees of Taurus. I don't have my notes in front of me, and so I'm not looking at it per se, but I believe that's where it's happening. Okay, so let's go ahead and see what we're going to tell the sign of Taurus. And Taurus, this is going to be happening in your first house. And the first house, of course, is the house of you. And the funny thing, Taurus, is that Taurus rules Venus. So I think a lot of beauty and issues with your beauty and what you look like and what you feel like, and if you feel bloated and if you ate too much, and if you feel like you need to lose weight and all that kind of stuff. I feel like a lot of Tauruses are going to be thinking about that kind of stuff, like their beauty routines, and if they need to go on a diet, or if they need to go on Ozempic, or whatever it is that they feel like they need to do. And I do sense that some Tauruses are going to be dealing with a lot of issues around beauty and food and indulgence, just that really indulgent Venus in the first house type of flavor. I'm going to pull a card, because this is what I'm doing. I've got a couple of decks here. I'm just going to pull whatever deck that makes me feel like I need to pull it. In this case, for Taurus, I've decided to pull out the Namaste deck because that's, I don't know, that's what seemed to be calling out to Taurus, to me, is this Namaste deck for some reason. And I just wanted to keep this. This is such a cool AI version of myself, by the way. That picture in the background just looks like it's an alien life. And I think I did say something like it being ephemeral or mystical or metaphysical or like alien. And I guess that's what their idea of creating an alien waterfall, which I thought is kind of cool. Wow. Okay, I waited and a couple of cards came out. So these are the two messages I have for Taurus. I will give you another girl to look at while we do this. Oh, I like this girl. She's so cute. So let me go ahead and let you guys look at her. So it says, remember the things you are good at, Taurus. Remember the things you are good at. Make a list of all the things that you are good at, Taurus. And this is good for Taurus, Taurus moon, or Taurus ascendant, okay? So make a list of all the things you're good at. If you need help, ask people close to you what they feel that your best characteristics are. Ask people what talents they believe you have and what they believe you possess. The range of good things will start pouring in from small to large. As your list comes to a close, be amazed and grateful for all the things you have come proficient in. You have acquired much skill. Be thankful. Being grateful helps our body react in a positive way. All of a sudden, we can feel an overwhelming sense of abundance when we remember to be grateful for the things we have or are good at. This will help vanquish any feelings of stress. And you have another card. You have another card. So I'll put another girl on for this second card as well. And this one says to be and just to be. Be grateful for being, just being alive. And well, is sometimes overlooked. It is sometimes overlooked, right? That we're just being alive. We took a breath, we walk, we talk, we're alive. You are here and you matter. Give yourself this grace. You don't have to accomplish anything or become something. Just be who you are right now and thank yourself for that. Be who you are in the moment and celebrate. Gratefulness helps us maintain a positive state of mind. A positive state of mind helps to reduce stress. And I can't help but notice that both of these cards were both about gratefulness and about being grateful, and that this is in your first house. And I just sense that this is your new moon. And I feel like some Tauruses, this is about you being grateful for this new start, this new moon, and this new beginning. Okay, so good luck to you, Taurus. I hope that resonates with some Tauruses out there. I hope you are grateful for what you have. And I hope you can look forward to having more coming in that you can be grateful for in the future. Much love to you, much light to you, and happy new moon to every single Taurus out there, Taurus rising, Taurus moon individual. Many blessings to you. So we're going to move on to the next sign. And the next sign is going to be the sign of Gemini. Gemini. What are we going to tell Gemini? I'm going to move on to another girl so you can see another girl when we talk to Gemini. Of course, these are all me. As you can tell, it's the same face almost. But they're all in different images and different things. And this is good for Gemini. Let me take a sip of tea. So Gemini, this is an interesting message for you because this is happening in your 12th house. And the 12th house is your house of self-undoing. It's the house where we screw ourselves up. It's where we make mistakes, where we sometimes we just take things take advantage of things, or we take things for granted. A lot of times it's where we're doing stuff sneakily, or, you know, underhanded, or you've done stuff in the past and it all catches up to you when the moon or something like that gets in your 12th house. It's usually secrets. The 12th house is usually something that you've done in secret, or something that is secretive. And it can also indicate where you've done things that are just going to lead to your downfall in some way. Or it might just indicate where you've got some kind of creative ability, or where you just need to get some sleep and some rest. Some sleep and some rest, Gemini. Some sleep and some rest. I had to say it 3 times. I feel like some Geminis really need this. And this could be whether you are a Gemini, you have Gemini rising, or a Gemini moon. I feel like some Geminis have been pushing it way too far, too heavy, too much, and it's probably catching up with you. It's time for you to get some rest, and you know you need it. Some Geminis or Gemini rising types might have trouble with their lungs. Why? Because the lungs are ruled by Gemini. And if you've not been taking care of yourself, if you've done something that leads to your undoing, this could be one of the ways it manifests. So if you've been doing some things in secret, you know, like smoking in secret, this kind of stuff comes out in public. Somehow the secret comes out when the moon is new in Gemini. But it could just be a new beginning, a new start. Like maybe you're going to stop smoking. Maybe you're going to fix whatever this issue was with this Gemini in the 12th house. Good luck to you, Gemini. Money blessings. Next, we're going to move on to the next. Oh, before I do that, I want to pull some cards for Gemini. For Gemini, I'm going to pull out the Dream Cards deck. For some reason, that's what appealed to me. And I think that's what I think we need for Gemini. So let's do that. Ooh. 1 second. Okay. So let's see what message these cards want to tell or share with the sign of Gemini. What are we going to be telling the sign of Gemini? What are we telling Gemini? I really want to know. What cards are going to come out for Gemini? Well, that is way too many cards. Lord. I'll read them. I can't believe this many cards came out for Gemini. This is really weird. Let's change this then, if it's going to be for Gemini. Okay, so Gemini, you got the first message was for Gemini. You can't force your dreams to come true. Dreams can only be blown into the wind like feathers. After which we need to learn to trust, to be patient, and to wait with our hearts open. Every day is a possibility for change. I love that Gemini got something about change. The next card is stop waiting or stop wanting more. For you lack nothing, Gemini. You have everything you need to get what you dream of. Relax, breathe, be alert, and prepare to receive when the timing is right. The next card is for Gemini. Close your eyes and think about your dream, Gemini. Being alive and real. How do you feel? Cherish this feeling and keep it as your compass. Follow it. And next we have who or what has made you believe that for some reason or another you don't have what it takes to follow your dream. That's a very pointed question, Gemini. And that's one you need to ask yourself. And the last card is stop waiting for the perfect moment. The only time to start creating the thing that is meaningful for you is now. And these, I think, are very special messages for Gemini. I couldn't help but notice that you got 5 cards, and 5 in numerology is the number of Gemini, of Mercury. So good luck to you, Gemini. I feel like in this message, in these cards, there is the message that you are meant to hear, I hope you listen back to that and those 5 messages to see how they affect your life and how you can implement those messages in your life. Okay? Much love to you, Gemini. Many blessings to you. So we are going to move on to the next sign. And the next sign is the sign of Cancer. Cancer. And Cancer, this is going to be interesting because for Cancer, let's move on to another photo for you. For Cancer, this is happening in your 11th, in your 11th house, And the 11th house is a great house. It is the house of friendships. It is the house of groups and clubs and organizations and associations and other people. It's your hopes, your dreams, your fantasies, your wishes, is what you want to come true, is what you want to happen, is what you dream about, is what you pray for. Secretly, you hope for these things. You're constantly wishing for these things, whatever they might be. It's what you want in your life. And you might feel that you need others to help you to get these things. That's probably where the groups and the clubs and the organization part of it all comes in, because with others you're not alone. And I feel like the 11th house always indicates a period of time when we don't want to be alone, when we want to do it with other people or be led by other people or be in a group of other people so we're not alone. And that is probably something that some Cancers are dealing with right now, where they want to be a part of something. They want to be a part of that group, that in club, that in group, that organization. This could be online. So you might be looking at ways you can fit in socially online. And that is definitely one way that this could be playing out for some Cancers. Either way, it has a lot to do with your hopes, your dreams, your wishes, and it has a lot to do with other people. Maybe other people helping you to make your wishes come true. So be sure to reach out to other people. Don't try to do it alone, especially if it takes other people to get it done. You'll have to reach out to other people to make it real. So do that. I'm going to pull out this particular deck for Cancer, and I love that it is this deck. It is the Mindful Messages deck. I'm going to see what these cards want to tell the sign of Cancer. And I love that it was Mindful Messages, because I always think of Cancer as being very mindful, very mindful. Usually Cancer is the sign of compassion and nurturing and caring and giving. And right away, almost immediately, 2 cards came right out. So the first card that came out for you, Cancer, is playful. It says, I go about life playfully and take things lightly. I can turn any hard day or heavy burden into a fun adventure. Why spend time upset when there's so much fun to be had? And then the other card was Creator of Happiness. I reclaim my power to create my own joy and happiness. It is not dependent on any outside source or individual. Therefore, it cannot be taken away. It can always be found within me. So these were your messages, Cancer. I hope that these resonated with you, Cancer. And I hope that you realize that you are indeed the creator of your happiness. The happiness, the joy exists within you. You bring the joy, okay? Remember that always, Cancer. Much love to you and many blessings to you, Cancer. So we're going to move on to the next sign, and the next sign is going to be the wonderful, lovely, ever gorgeous sign of Leo. Hello, Leo. Leo the lion. This new moon in Taurus is going to be happening in your 10th house, and the 10th house is your career. So this means that Leo's career is going to be affected in a very deep way. It could just be your image. It could be your reputation. It could be the way people see you, or the way they think about you, or the authority that you bring, or the way people see you as an authority. It could be the authority in your own life, in real life. For instance, it could be your boss, if you have a boss. It could be you being the boss and how you behave as a boss with the new moon in Taurus in the 10th house. It could just be, how you are creating your career prospects, your future, your image, your reputation, your ability to get a raise at a job, or be seen as someone reputable, of repute, right? Of someone of value. So these are all the issues that Leo will be looking at, and how it's going to affect your career during this particular 2-week period. So I hope that makes sense, Leo, about your career. With Taurus being there, Taurus tends to be a little greedy. Oh yeah, it does. It also wants things to be beautiful. And so I need you to understand, Leo, that it may be that it's not beautiful, and it's not a good time to ask for a raise, okay? You need to understand that going into this. First of all, Moon in Taurus squares Leo, so it's a square. It's stressful. It's not necessarily a positive for you. So I need you to understand that, okay? I'm going to pull a couple of cards out of this particular deck. This is it says unlock the power of abundance and transform your relationship with money with the career and money oracle deck. So this is the career and money oracle deck. And I think of all the signs that needed a career and money oracle deck, I think Leo, that has this new moon going through your house of career, you need this more than anyone. So we are definitely going to be doing this money and career oracle deck reading, just seeing what cards we get for the sign of Leo. Okay, we're shuffling now, just seeing. Okay, one card turned over, just seeing, and another card popped out. So we've got 2 cards here. We've got adjustments and we've got rewards. So adjustment says you may need to make some adjustments, Leo, to your spending. Your expectations are not met at this time. It's better to be prepared than to be sorry. So make some adjustments to your spending. It's not a good time. I told you it's a square. So make some adjustments. Now, you also did get rewards. And it says your hard work is paying off. Your performance is gaining attention in your community. You deserve the rewards you are receiving now. I like that it says performance. because Leos are known as performers. So I love that it says that. Also, I love that it says your hard work is paying off. This could be that you're going to get some kind of reward in your career, that's what's meant to be, that your performance in your career is gaining attention of your higher ups, and that you might get rewards now. That could be. So, I mean, keep that option open. That would be amazing, wouldn't it? If you end up getting some type of reward or a bonus or even a raise or something like that in your career. So good luck, Leo. I hope this manifests in a positive way for you. And I hope you get, some type of wonderful manifestation like that. That would be fantastic. Fantastic. So we're going to move on to the very next sign. And the very next sign is the sign of Virgo. Virgo. So Virgo, this is going to be happening in your 9th house. And I like that it's happening in Virgo's 9th house. I like it because Virgo is a naturally intelligent sign. Virgo is a sign that likes dealing with things like what's right and what's wrong and perfect. This is the natural house of Sagittarius. But I feel like for Virgo, this is probably good for you now. Some Virgos might be really caught up with what's going on politically, what's going on in the government, what's going on with the policing, what's going on with legalities and law, all forms of politics, or even religion. The 9th house rules things like law and politics and religion and government and justice. It could also be that you're dealing with things like foreign travel, so that could be part of it. But I think religion and education might be part of it as well. So you might be dealing with education. You might be a teacher or dealing with college or some type of university or some type of travel or foreign affairs or anything of that nature. I can see that happening for Virgo. And you might just have dealings with foreign nations, or you might be affected by what's going on with the tariffs and things like that. Either way, Virgo, the emphasis is going to be in the 9th house, and the 9th house does rule the God principle. So some of you guys might be dealing with that as well, the God principle and religion and all different types of things like that. So I'm going to pull a couple of cards for Virgo, or at least one card. We're going to see what pops out for Virgo, just to see. And I pulled the Namaste deck because I want to see, especially since we're dealing with the 9th house, what kind of card the Namaste deck wants to give Virgo. And a couple of cards came out. I don't know if I've got the wherewithal in me. I feel like I have to, because this must be a message. It's just a whole bunch of cards saying almost this. Okay, so here we are. Virgo, this is your message. I'm going to put another girl on while we do this. So this is what we're telling Virgo. In Virgo, it's 6 cards came out. What gets me is that the 6th house rules Virgo. So 6 is Virgo's number. So I think it's amazing that you got 6 cards. So the first card says, hugs are free, love. Imagine what it feels like to receive a hug. Now imagine what it feels like to receive a hug from someone you love. There is a huge difference. Just by imagining a hug from someone who is dear and special to your heart, you can feel the sensation of love course through your own body. Your body doesn't realize the person you are thinking of isn't there. A hug is a connection, just like thinking of someone is a connection. Imagining a hug from someone dear to you can bring you a connection similar to if you were hugging your special person in real life. This positive connection will course through your body and help you reduce stress. So imagine getting a hug from someone you love, and that'll help you to reduce stress. Also, you got the power of breath. Relax your face, Virgo. Breathe in through the diaphragm. Every time you breathe, notice how powerful you feel. Breath takes energy. Air gives us what we need to live. It fills us with power. Feeling the power of each breath allows us to charge ourselves like we charge our cell phones. Breathe this way for 8 minutes and fill yourself with power. This will help you relax your body and power up your mind. Next, you got breathe in the moment. Relax your eyes and breathe in and out normally. Pay attention to your breathing as if it were a captivating story. What part of your body is doing the breathing? Is it your diaphragm, your chest, or your whole body? How rapid is your breathing? Are your breaths quick or drawn out? Do you find it difficult to breathe? Is there any pain in your breaths? Access everything you can about your breaths. After, breathe intentionally for 8 minutes. Just by acknowledging your breaths, you give yourself more life and value. This will also allow your mind and body to relax, for the focus is now on the breath and nothing else. Next, you got just breathe. Concentrate, align yourself with your breath. Intentionally breathe 8 times. Make every breath last as a long time. Draw the breath in fully and exhale completely. Stress affects our breathing. The more we stress, the shallower our breaths. This will in turn, affect our oxygen levels and our heart rate. This is a reason why we tend to feel tired when we are stressed. Mindfully focusing on our breathing will help our mind and body recover. Conscious breathing. Remind yourself to breathe throughout the day. Do you find yourself holding your breath or holding tension anywhere in your body? For example, your stomach or your shoulders when you are stressed, focused, or irritated? Focused breathing, especially when directed to these tense areas, will promote peace of mind, healing, and start with deep breaths into your chest. So start with taking deep breaths into your chest, then into your stomach, and then release. Next, imagine your breath flowing from the sky into the top of your head, to and through any areas of tension, down to the bottom of your feet, and into the earth. Imagine the opposite when exhaling. Conscious breathing is a wonderful stress reliever and can be used throughout the day anytime you notice suspended breaths, tension, or negative thought, or just because. Now, before I go on to the last card, I want to say all 5 of those cards were about breathing and breaths. I don't know about you, Virgo, but I know my daughter, who is a Virgo with a Virgo sun and moon, was diagnosed with something that has to do with breath and breathing. So some Virgos out there may also be dealing with breath and breathing issues. So I had to take a moment to just tell you how rare it is to get 5 cards, or basically 4 cards in a row, all talking about breathing. The last card is make time for vacation. Even if it's just in your mind, Virgo, go on a vacation. Where have you been wanting to visit? What inspirational places have you seen in photographs? Go there in your mind and imagine what it would be like to go there. Let your senses make the experience as real as possible. Do this for 8 minutes. Travel, even imaginary travel, reduces the feeling of being stressed. So go on vacation as often as you need. It costs you nothing. And the other thing I picked up in that reading was that some Virgos are stressed. So whether it's getting a hug or going on a vacation or taking deep breathing or being conscious of your breathing, it's important for you to release that stress, Virgo. Release that stress. Breathe, and remember that hugs are free, okay? Much love to you, Virgo. I hope that resonated with Virgo. There were a lot of cards for Virgo, but it was worth it to read those all to you because I feel like some Virgos really needed to hear that message, especially about the breathing, especially about that. Much love to you, Virgo, and many blessings. So let's move on to the next sign. And the next sign is the sign of Libra. Libra. This is happening in the 8th house for Libra. And this is a weird look to this. I have not fixed this, but I thought this is weird that it's happening with Libra because her arms are going in 2 different directions at the same time in the beginning of this, but it also in a way is showing the balance that Libra needs. So I thought I would use this for you, Libra, because Libras do need balance. You might feel like you are being pulled in 2 different directions at once, that you want to go in 2 different directions, but you can't, Libra. It's important for you to realize that you've got to make a plan and stick to that one plan and, make just shore up things, because some Libras are very ambivalent. Like they're not really it's not really consistent, right, for some Libras. So I feel like this is a time when the 8th house is a natural house of Scorpio. It's usually a very serious house. So if you're a Libra, you're not usually very serious. You're usually pulled in a couple of different directions. This might be a good time for you to get yourself in one direction, on one plan of action, to do one purposeful thing in your life. So let's talk about the cards. What cards are we going to pull for Libra? Okay, Libra. Let's see what we got for the sign of Libra. Okay, let's see for Libra. We're just seeing what we got for Libra. I got 1 card. Let's see if anything else wants to come out. Oh, wow. So a couple of cards wanted to come out for Libra. So let's do this. Let's go ahead and read what we've got for Libra. So Libra, you've got a couple of cards here. So it says, if a previous negative experience seems true to you and stands in the way of your dreams, ask yourself, Libra, is this really the truth? Or could I look at it from another angle? Could I allow my dreams to come true despite my history? Another card says, what makes your heart beat faster, Libra? Believe the signals your heart sends you. When you learn to listen to your heart, you'll begin to follow it. Then you got close your eyes and think about your dream, being alive and real. How do you feel? Cherish this feeling and keep it as your compass. Follow it. And you also got who or what has made you believe that for some reason or another, you don't have what it takes to follow your dream. Because you do have what it takes to follow your dream, Libra. Okay, you do. So remember that you have what it takes. Whatever it is that makes your heart beat faster. That you have what it takes to go for that. This is your life. You can make it whatever you want. So dream big and go for those dreams. And plan things out. Get serious about it, you know? This is just your time to get serious about life and make what you want come true. So good luck, Libra. I hope you do make everything come true that you want to happen in this lifetime. So we are going to take a break. We did the first 6 signs of the Zodiac. When we come back, we're going to be doing the second 6 signs of the Zodiac. And so keep your eye out for that. This has been Adrienne, Capricorntigress of Astrology, alookinside.com. Much love, much light, and happy new moon in Taurus to all. Especially you, but to all.